2 oceans, 50 miles of jungle, the world paid everything to connect them. In 1513, Balboa saw the Pacific and dreamed of cutting through Panama. Ships had to sail 13,000 miles around South America every single time. A Panama Canal would cut New York to San Francisco from 14,000 to 5,200 miles. In 1534, King Charles V ordered a survey. His engineers said, "Impossible." The Panama jungle was home to malaria, yellow fever, snakes, and scorching heat. The 1848 gold rush made a canal urgent. 375,000 people crossed Panama on foot. The Panama Railroad opened in 1855. Building just 47 miles killed up to 10,000 workers. In 1880, French genius Ferdinand de Lesseps declared France would build the canal. He had done the impossible before, the Suez Canal, 100 miles through desert. His fatal mistake, planning a sea-level canal through Panama. Panama had mountains. The Culebra mountain range rose 312 feet high. Cutting through it was almost unthinkable. January 1881, France began digging. De Lesseps raised 600 million francs from 800,000 investors. For 2 years, progress was stunning. 20,000 workers from around the world arrived. Then the rains hit, 130 inches a year. Every storm erased weeks of work. The real killer wasn't rain, it was the mosquito, and nobody knew it. Nurses placed water bowls under hospital beds to stop ants, creating perfect mosquito-breeding pools. At the peak, 200 workers died every single month. Coffin makers were in demand. Then the mountains began to move. Landslides buried entire sections of the dig overnight. By 1889, France was bankrupt. $287 million spent. Only 2/5 of the canal dug. De Lesseps was tried for fraud at 88, too mentally gone to understand his verdict. 800,000 French families lost everything. It became the worst financial scandal in French history. France abandoned Panama. 22,000 workers were dead. The jungle swallowed everything they had built. Then America stepped in. Roosevelt declared the United States would finish the canal. Problem: Panama belonged to Colombia, so Roosevelt backed a revolution. Panama declared independence in 1903. 15 days later, Panama sold the U.S. a 10-mile canal zone for $10 million. America inherited a nightmare: rusted machines, abandoned camps, and 22,000 graves. Stevens called it hell. Army surgeon William Gorgas knew mosquitoes spread yellow fever. America's first job: kill every mosquito. 4,000 workers fumigated every building, every puddle oiled, every window screened. War on mosquitoes. By November 1906, yellow fever was gone from Panama, completely for the first time. Colonel George Goethals took command in 1907. Military discipline, zero tolerance for failure. Goethals chose a lock canal, raising ships over the mountains instead of cutting through them. To keep workers, he built a civilization, 70 towns, hospitals, schools, and early air conditioning. 160 Bucyrus steam shovels, each 95 tons, worked simultaneously, 500,000 yards daily. 61 million pounds of dynamite detonated in the cut alone, more than any war before. Over 200 landslides hit between 1907 and 1913. One buried 47 acres in a single night. Meanwhile, the locks, each chamber 1,000 feet long, 110 feet wide, built in concrete. The Gotten Dam was the masterstroke, damming the Chagres River to create an inland sea. When the dam closed, 164 square miles flooded. Villages and forests vanished under the water. Each lock gate weighs 745 tons, yet a 25-horsepower motor could swing it open. 4.5 million cubic yards of concrete. America built its own quarry just to supply it. 56,000 workers from 97 countries. 20,000 Caribbean laborers doing the most dangerous work for least pay. Black workers, 10 cents an hour. White Americans, 10 cents per minute. Same danger, same work. Roosevelt visited Panama in 1906, the first sitting U.S. president to ever leave America. The Culebra cut took 8 years. 96 million cubic yards removed, enough to circle the Earth. October 10, 1913, Wilson pressed a telegraph key in Washington. The two oceans met. August 15, 1914, SS Ancon completed the first official transit. 9 hours, 40 minutes. The world barely noticed. That same day, World War I exploded across Europe. The price, $375 million, 10 years, and 27,500 lives lost in the jungle. 50 miles long, 110 feet wide, the most expensive American project ever built, and it worked. 3 sets of locks lift ships 85 feet over the mountains, then lower them again. Each lock chamber is 1,000 feet long. Ships sometimes have just 2 feet of clearance per side. Ships don't move themselves through the locks. Electric locomotives called mules guide them by cable. No pumps, pure gravity. 26.7 million gallons of fresh water per ship. Fills in 8 minutes. Ships then cross Gotten Lake, 85 feet above sea level, through 24 miles of flooded jungle. The Gaillard Cut, 8 miles of man-made canyon sliced through solid rock. Still breathtaking. The gate design is unchanged since 1913, the same V-shape Leonardo da Vinci drew in 1500. 14,000 ships per year, 1 every 37 minutes. Both oceans always have ships waiting in line. Every ship takes a Panama Canal pilot aboard, one of the world's most elite navigators. Highest toll, $829,468. Lowest, 36 cents, paid by a man who swam through in 1928. The locks created a whole new ship category, Panamax. It constrained global shipping for 86 years. In 1977, Carter signed the treaties. Panama would get its canal back by 1999. December 31, 1999, the American flag came down. The Panamanian flag went up, finally. Under Panamanian management, transit times dropped, revenue doubled, and efficiency hit all-time records. Today, 5% of all world trade flows through here, $2 billion a year for Panama. By the 2000s, ships had outgrown the canal. The world had moved on. In 2006, Panama voted, "Should we build bigger locks?" 76.8% said yes. The expansion began in 2007. New locks 70% wider, 40% longer. Cost $5.4 billion. Innovation: water-saving basins recycle 60% of each lockage. No extra water drawn from Gotten Lake. Innovation: water-saving basins recycle 60% of each lockage. No extra water drawn from Gotten Lake. June 26, 2016, the expanded canal opened. Chinese ship COSCO Shipping Panama went through first. Neo-Panamax ships, 1,200 feet long, 160 feet wide, 3 times the cargo of before. American ports scrambled to keep up. Deeper channels, taller cranes, all rebuilt for the new ships. 102 years. Ships grew from 20,000 to 220,000 tons. The canal had to grow twice. Today, the canal runs near full capacity, and climate change is already creating the next crisis. 2023, worst drought in 100 years. Daily transits cut from 38 to 18. 200 ships backed up. Panama is now planning a 4th set of locks, and possibly a desalination plant. Nicaragua has approved a rival canal backed by China. It would handle even larger ships. Over 27,000 workers died building this canal. Most were black Caribbean laborers, largely forgotten. Their descendants, called Antillanos, still live in Panama. Their grandparents built the modern world. In 1994, the Panama Canal was named one of the 7 wonders of the modern world. In World War II, the canal moved warships between oceans in days, not months. It changed the war. Coffee from Brazil, cars from Japan, gas from Texas, it all flows through these 50 miles. Panama's GDP is now 10 times higher per capita than before the canal was built. 1 million tourists come every year just to watch. Watching is enough. It is that astonishing. These 300-foot walls of rock were moved by hand, steam, and dynamite 110 years ago. What they did with steam and horses, we now struggle to replicate with computers. Every ship here follows a path paid for by 27,500 lives and one impossible dream. This canal is a monument to everyone who died, refusing to say it was impossible. 50 miles, 2 oceans, 100 years of the world changed forever.